Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a little sink and float experiment and see what objects sink and what objects float. So remember when we read the book What Floats in a Moat at school, and we learned that the empty barrel was floating and the full barrel was sinking. So something will sink if it's full inside, and something will float if it's empty inside or if it has air inside or air pockets. So let's test a few different objects. So first I have a ping pong ball. Now it's very light. So does a ping pong ball have air inside or is it full and heavy inside? So let's see, will it sink or float? So the ping pong ball floats because it's full of air inside, and that makes it float on top of the water. Let's see, next I have a little rock. Now, does a rock have air inside or is it full inside? Let's see. So will it sink or will it float, the rock? So the rock sinks to the bottom because a rock doesn't have air inside, right? It's just full with rock inside. So it sinks to the bottom. Next, I have an apple. So let's see, the apple's a little bit heavy. So do you think it will sink or will it float? This is a little tricky. Let's see. Wow. So first it went to the bottom, but then it popped back up and it's floating. So why is the apple floating? Did you ever see inside an apple has tiny, tiny holes or tiny air pockets? So if you cut one open, you could see the little tiny holes, and that's what makes it float. Okay, let's see. Now I have a banana. Now do you think the banana will sink and float? Is there any air inside the banana or inside the peel? I don't know. Let's see. So the banana is floating too at the top. So the banana must have a little bit of air under the peel inside. And last, I have an orange. So this one is fun because we're going to do it two different ways. So first we're going to test it with the orange peel on. Now let's see, does the orange peel have tiny holes or air? Let's find out. So it floats. That means that the orange peel must have some air inside between the peel and the fruit. Now, what do you think will happen when we take the peel off? Will it sink or will it float? Let's find out. Let's see, I'm going to take off the orange peel. And you can actually see that there was air between the peel and the fruit, right? So remember, when the skin was on, the orange floated. Now let's see what happens when we take the skin off. Do you think it will sink or float? Let's see. It looks like it's sinking and floating a little bit. And now it's sinking to the bottom. So first it floated and then it sank to the bottom because now there's no more air between the peel and the fruit. So the fruit just sank to the bottom. So at home, I want you to try some different objects. You could pick some different things. You could do toys, you can do fruits, vegetables, anything you like at home, and you could test them if they sink or they float. Bye.